Hi, I am going to show you. Just kidding. I'm going to show you a 5-minute sewing project that I love making. These are little tissue cases. I know you've probably seen it 100 times, but I'm going to make mine out of this sparkly vinyl because it's totally incredible for the finished product. You can whip out 10 of these, and there you go. You've got a bunch of stocking stuffers or craft fair products. I used to sell hundreds of these at craft fairs when I did them. So let's sew. Let's sew. I'm going to find a better saying than that. Jeez. Is cut out our pieces. I've got outer case and inner case. So my outer case is 8.75 inches by 6 inches. Got a little template here. I'm going to cut this out. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the inner case. The inner piece is 7 by 6 inches. So I'll switch camera angles and let's get going. The beauty about this project is it doesn't have to be crazy precise. And I can whip out a bunch of these while watching a Netflix show and, you know, just that kind of relaxing sewing where you're not thinking too hard. Okay, so got the inner done. Here's the outer. I love making templates like this so that I'm not constantly measuring. I will put the measurements for everything in the comments, and also I'm going to try to get the blog post up at hungryhippiesews.com so that you can pin it and go back to it whenever you need it, because I don't know about you, but I forget things all the time unless I do it every day. I mean, it's just the way I am, I guess. All right, there we are. Take your outer and your inner piece and lay them right sides together. And we're going to sew down this edge. And then I'll meet you back here because we're going to lift it over and then sew down this edge. I often do this on my serger so that I don't have to pink the edges here also. I'm just going to lift that over. There it is. Okay, now turn it right sides out. Now here, if you wanted to, you could press it with an iron from the cloth side. Don't put an iron directly on your vinyl. But I find a good finger press is just fine. And the way I press it is so that I have like a little lip here of the outer fabric showing. In this case, it's the vinyl. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over. And decide now if you want your case to simply meet in the middle or if you want one edge to slightly overlap. And if you do want one edge to overlap, one side will be a little bit bigger than the other. So I've just made a center crease. Now if I wanted them to just meet in the middle, like my example, I would pin it in place like this. Just to make one different, I'm going to overlap this one a bit. So that one edge is slightly over the other. I don't often do it this way just because I like it meeting in the middle. I would say meeting in the middle is probably the easiest way to do it. But let's see what happens with this. It's always fun to experiment. Okay, now I'm going to sew down each side. Go back and forth a couple of times on the start and stop and in the middle where the most stress will occur when using this. Now, of course, I don't have my pinking shears up here, but if I were selling this or giving it as a gift, I would take my pinking shears and cut along these short sides so that they never fray. And then you're just going to turn it right sides out. And this vinyl is really easy to turn, I find. But if you needed any help, if you're using a stiffer vinyl, you can always grab a hair dryer and warm it up just a touch and then turn it right sides out. I bet I forgot my pointing stick too. I have stuff in too many places in the house, too many different places. You want to take your time and poke out these edges really nicely. Don't be too strong, but poke them out because you don't want any dented corners there. And see how that edge is slightly over that one? So when the tissue is pulled out, it'll just poke out a little bit. So cute and so fast and so fun. So you can see mine are slightly different sizes. I made this one earlier and sewed it the wrong way. And I'm impatient, so I just chopped off the end and re-sewed it. And as you can see, it's totally fine. The tissues are just a little tighter in there. But this is a standard pack. This will fit all your travel size tissue cases. Super fun, right?